Hi, this is Kelly Phillips from paperbeadrollers.com, and this is video 5 in the Paper Bead Flower series. This series walks you through how to make each style of paper bead flower that is included in the Paper Bead Flower digital download pack, or in the kit of pre-cut strips available on paperbeadrollers.com. In this video, we're going to work with flower D. For this flower, we'll use 6 of the individual flowers and put them together to make one flower grouping. I used 3 shades of purple to give it a bit of natural variation. To roll this flower, you'll need a paper bead roller, a stem, a double leaf strip, green colored 26 gauge wire, a hot glue gun, and wire clippers. Now, it's not necessary, but you may find nylon-coated pliers helpful as we will be working with bare wire. You can use any size roller with the flower strips, but I'm going to use the red and the purple paper bead roller from paperbeadrollers.com. The flowers are rolled very similarly to rolling a regular paper bead. Start by putting the wide end of the strip into the slot on your paper bead roller. You'll be able to see the top of the bead with this flower, so it's up to you if you want to make it rounded or pointy. When you get down to the petal area, put some glue on, and then wrap the end of the bead right around. Now you can shape the inside of the bead a little bit by pushing the center down into an indent. Then a bead could sit down inside the flower. Or you could push the bottom up and make the center push up. You can do anything you like. You can also leave these little petals standing up or flatten them out. Totally up to you. Now that the flowers are done, we're going to cut 3 pieces of wire, approximately 4 inches long. Now don't make each one exactly the same, make them slightly smaller or larger so that you have varying heights in your finished flower. Now I'll use the hot glue to make these into little flower barbells. To do this, I put a glob of glue on the end of the wire and then carefully put the flower onto the end and hold it in place until it cools. Because this green wire isn't coated with thread, these flowers are not going to be as secure as they would be if we were using our main stem that has the thread on it. So as we work with this, we need to be very careful with them. Once you have 3 flower barbells done, we're going to fold them in half. I like to fold them over the red bead roller so that there's a tiny loop in each. That gives the hot glue a place to grab onto. Now you can use your fingers for this, but if you have those nylon-coated pliers, it's a huge help in getting these folded over nicely. When you have all 3 done, we're ready to roll the leaves, which will act as the holder for our flower barbells. For this, I'm using the purple bead roller because I need a large enough bead to hold all 3 barbells. Roll the leaves as normal, keeping that metal edge down below the top of the strip. Then glue the end down. Grab your flower barbells and line them up so the rounded parts of the wire are all lined up and flat. Add some hot glue to them, making sure glue gets into those little circles. Then quickly push it down into the core of the leaf bead. Let that cool and make sure it's secure. Now to get this onto the stem, we're going to have to make another green piece. The wire and the glue take up all of the space inside this bead, so you see there's no room to stick the stem in. I'm going to create a support piece from a regular triangle strip that is 1/4 inch wide. I'm going to roll this into a small cone that will come up around the leaves to help it stay in place. If you don't know how to roll a cone bead, I do have a video on that, which I will link up here in the corner. See how the cone shape of this support piece comes right up and cups over the bead underneath the leaves. It works perfectly to support it. So I'll put some hot glue on the end of the stem and slide the support piece up from the bottom. I'm going to fill up the support piece with hot glue, and then I'll press the flower piece down onto it. I'm going to hold these until they cool down, and then they'll pretty much be fused together. Once it's cooled off and secure, you can arrange your flowers. Now you could do this with your fingers or your nylon-coated pliers. Make sure that you adjust them by moving the wire, not by moving the flowers themselves, because they may break off. And once you've arranged it how you like it, you are finished. Next, we'll make the last flower in the series, Flower E. I'll meet you there.